But she wasn't getting in the way of justice.
I understand.
She was actually helping keep justice because her father was being arrested and beaten for no reason at all.
I understand, but let's just say he was not loyal and the soldiers had rights to come and take him. What should her punishments be? Because it does not seem fair.
I think her punishment would probably be a fine or working for the Union, like to help provide for soldiers. I think that would have been a good punishment, but they would have probably just shot her.
Yeah, not gonna lie, I probably shot her too.
Yeah. Okay, my last question. It has to do with the face Adair saw in the pond. Because she was riding her horse, Whiskey, and there were these myths that if you looked into wells, you would see the face of the person you're going to marry. But she did that with a pond, and she looked in and she saw a face of a man. Do you think that's actually going to come true, or do you think it was just a combination of stuff in the pond coming together?
I feel like it was all in Adair's head, honestly.
She wanted it to be true?
I feel like she wanted to, because I kind of feel like she hates, I don't know if I want to say hates the life she's living. I feel like she hates the life she's living. Like, I can't imagine living like that, first of all, in the middle of nowhere, without a mother, having to take care of my sisters and stuff. And now, in prison. And
well, that was before prison. She didn't know she was going to be in prison or her father was going to be arrested.
I know, but her life just completely sucks at this point.
So she needs something good to hold on to, so her mind's playing tricks. I think it also has to do with people, the setting. If you think it's going to be true, it's more likely. With the Loch Ness monster, everyone thinks it's going to be. They want it to be true because they want that kind of mystery.
Yeah.
So they just see natural stuff and they blow it way out of proportion. But I also think it's fake because stuff like that, soulmates like that, yeah, they're fake.
I agree with the whole soulmates part, but I feel like from an author's point of view, she could bring back this face. She could make the face be like a Union soldier or something.
Because it said in the book description, she falls in love with her interrogator, a Union major.
Lovely.
Yeah, my goodness.
And I haven't read if she's been interrogated or not yet.
Yeah, I read ahead. I'm not going to say anything.
Oh.
Sorry. Alright, so it says that we have to discuss our journal entries.
My journal entries are on my iPad.
Oh, okay. Shall we just, do you remember kind of what they were?
Yeah.
Alright.
I made a lot of connections, if that makes sense.
Yeah, mine were just kind of summarizing it and talking about why or why not I didn't like it. For the first 2 chapters in the prologue, I was having a really hard time adjusting to it.
Oh, sorry. There was an ad coming up and I thought something popped up.
Yeah, I was having a really hard time adjusting to it because the whole bland, difficult to read, no quotations, so you have to figure out what's being said or what's missing. But through chapters 3 and 5, the action picked up a bit and I liked it a bit better. But then Adair also had this really bad temper. She attacked Union soldiers.
That's stupid. I mean, sorry, sweetheart. You're not a macho man or anything. You're not even a macho chick.
You don't even have a gun with you.
And no offense, you don't sound like that good of a fighter either. And you're obviously not that smart.
But she did attack a woman with a flaming stick.
Flaming sticks are nice.
So I kind of can relate to that temper because, yeah, I tend to get a bit angry and have a bit of a temper.
Just a little bit.
And then from yesterday's reading as well, she reaches the women's prison and then she gets in a fight with the one woman, Clarissa, I think it was. Cloris, sorry. And this really reminded me of Divergent. We can connect anything to Divergent. You should totally read it.
Definitely, please.
But anyway, so...
Friday's Dollars Day, you're supposed to wear black.
Do it. Anyway, that's tomorrow. But,
I bet she's not gonna watch this until sometime next
yeah,
week.
she's gonna think we're crazy. But anyway, so it really reminded me of the scene in Divergent. Sorry for spoiling this, but it's part of the discussion, so I kind of have to. Where Tris beats up Molly because she used her rage and her anger to her advantage, and no one really thought she could do it because she seemed kind of delicate and small and frail and weak.
She is really small.
But she ended up beating up Molly. He's bigger than her, a better fighter, a higher ranker. And Cloris is the lead of the women's prison. She's tough, she's hardened, she is big and strong. But, yeah.
Yeah.
So did you have anything that sticks out in your mind from your discussion questions?
I actually talked about the pond in mine. the little seeing my reflection.
Oh.
It kind of reminded me of like Greek mythology, like when that person like stares at themselves in the water all day. Do you know?
Narcissus? Wasn't it like that one guy that became in love with his own reflection?
Yeah.
And then they turned him into water lilies or something?
Yeah. I don't know, it just kind of reminded me because I was thinking it could be all the plants underneath making the face, and then I was like, water lilies. And
plus her reflection could also add to it?
Yeah, and whoever she is in love with, like, maybe, I don't know, the whole scenes are just kind of alike to me in that sense.
Yeah.
And
I see where you're coming from.
I thought I saw a face in the water once, but it was really just my brother standing behind me. So it's his reflection mixed with my reflection. I was like, oh my god. And then my brother pushed me into the water, but that's another story.
Yeah.
And then the whole other thing about, like, setting the horses free so they wouldn't have to go into captivity. I would totally do that with, like, my dogs or if my guinea pig was still alive, but I don't know how far he'd make it. But I don't even know if they would want to take him.
I can see soldiers wanting a little Yorkie.
Oh,
To
my
fight.
Yorkie.
Molly.
No, they'd probably like, bring it home to their wife.
Or they'd probably, well, it said in the book they shot the dogs, so you could release them so they don't get shot.
Yeah,
Right
but, like,
away.
Yorkshire Terriers, I guess, are, like, higher quality of...
Snobby dogs.
Yeah, they're snobby dogs. So the snobby Union soldiers can bring it to the snobby Union wives, and they can be like, oh my god, little snobby dog, let me put you in my purse.
Carry it around all day with their high fancy gowns.
My mom put Molly, you know the Yorkie, well, you know the Yorkie. She already knows my dogs.
Yeah.
In her purse one time, and she went into Food Line, because she just needed to go in the food line, right? And my mom got out her credit card, and, like, we went home and stuff, and, like, we took the dog out, and then the next day my mom went to, like, write me a check or something. Molly chewed up the checkbook, like...
I'm really sorry we're going like crazy over here, but hey, whatever.
It's good discussion.
So, yeah. So we can actually relate a lot back to the books.
Oh, I talked about how she found, like, the 7 silver shillings.
5 silver shillings.
5 silver shillings, and, like, the...
In the old purse.
Yeah. I always do that. I always have money in my pants, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Or, my phone case, I don't know if you can see it, it's, like, bulgy right now because I have multiple dollar bills in it. But, yeah. It gets really, like, bulgy and stuff. But sometimes I'll just put, like, a single bill in here and, like,
Just bear with us.
you can't even tell that there's money in here. So, like, I'll totally forget, and then I'll go to change my phone case, and I'm like, oh my god, money! And it's like a present to myself.
Or when I switch wallets, I don't realize I have money in it. So I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is really awesome. But shillings were kind of worthless then.
It's still money.
Yeah, but it's like not union money. So anyway, I think we're going to close this discussion and say that we're starting to like the book better because we're getting used to the writing style and the actions picking up.
Yeah. Which, by the way, the no quotation marks thing,
Really difficult.
definitely.
And the paragraphs at the beginning, they don't
I
really
hate
relate.
those.
They don't really relate.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of skipped most of them, yeah. I read, like, the first 4 chapters of them, and then I was like, this is so retarded.
They're like
So I, like, skim over
supply
that.
lists and who was getting shot by the Union and why they called the Southerner white trash pukes.
Hey, wait, do you know who got shot by the Union?
A lot of people.
Jessica Stilton. Just kidding.
Dead. We're out.